Hi, this is Greg Harrell. Can you tell my students a little bit about you and why I asked you to speak to them?
My name is Greg Harrell, and I'm from North Carolina, a little small town, Harrellsville, North Carolina. And my background is sports. Played in NFL for 5 years with the Los Angeles Raiders before they moved to Oakland, and also was blessed to be amongst the 1992 Olympic bobsled team. In Albertville, France. Herschel Walker and I was the first two African Americans who did bobsled in 1992.
Okay. And why did I ask you to come here today?
Well, Ms. Sheff asked me to come here today because she's part of this leadership academy program at
their school.
At your school.
Mm-hmm.
And when she asked me, after we spoke, I knew that her mission and her focus was the core values of developing leaders, developing leaders in her kids, not survivors, leaders, which is a difference. And so she selected different values, and we have a list of values that we're going to speak about.
Okay, and then the first one we were going to talk about is courage. And the first thing I wanted to ask you is, what's the difference between having courage and being brave?
Well, the difference is being brave is when you are, think about it, when you're doing something that could be life-threatening, dangerous, but you're doing all of that without thinking. That's brave. That's brave. Being brave, that's being brave. Doing all of that without thinking. But courage, we're speaking about the same thing, life-threatening, dangerous, but you fully know the outcome, and then you also complete the task. That's the difference between courage and being brave.
One thing I talk about with my kids is that sometimes courage is maybe you stay in the minority and you're the one over there doing the right thing and everyone else isn't. And sometimes courage, I think, is being that person that's not afraid to be looked at as weak just because you're standing up for your own truth. What do you think about that?
No, you're right, because just like I was just demonstrating, giving a definition of the two, think about the outcome of both. And that is one that you're doing without thinking. You're jumping in there, you're being involved, and it's a dangerous situation. But the courage part, you have full control of your surrounding, and it doesn't matter
about it.
You don't have to, you're thinking about it, and that's the key. You're thinking about it, you're thinking about your environment, your surroundings, you're thinking about, am I doing the right thing, or if the people around me, are they positive influence? I mean, all these things come to your mind, so it doesn't matter your atmosphere and everything that you're in. If you have courage, you're going to find a way to basically overcome the things that are around you, no matter what it takes.
Okay. I was going to ask you another question about courage. Let me get my cheat sheet. Hold on here. So, oh yeah, discuss a time in your life when having courage changed you. When it changed your life or impacted your life.
Good question. First, before I answer that, I just want to let you know one of my all-time favorite quotes is, in order to create new oceans, you have to have the courage to lose the sight of the shore. Now, I always think about that, because that's what it starts and that's what it ends with. Because everybody here in the class, what we can do is we can be swimming in a landed ocean. As long as we can look back and see the shore, we comfortable. We okay. But if we swim out in the middle of the ocean and we look behind, there's no shore to the left, to the right, and in front, there's no shore around. That's when courage comes out. That's when you have to develop and create parts of the water that you had no idea. But you know what? Like I said, I was demonstrating and giving the definition of being brave, but that takes you right back to courage. You're thinking about it. You're fully aware of what the next task is. The only thing you got to do next is complete the task. And that's what developed the true courage in you. So the the question that you're asking me about, now I'm trying to think. Ms.
Was a
Shelley.
time in your life when you can remember where you had to have courage and it changed your life or impacted your life?
And that was when I was in high school, just like you guys are. And in high school, and mine was, like I say, sports is my background. And I was a late developer, and on my football team, I didn't get a chance to play a whole lot. But at the same time, I knew that I was a great player. It was just a matter of my time coming. But the courage that I had in myself, knowing that I wanted to continue on playing, is what kept me going to practice every day, knowing that the day was going to come, I was going to get my chance. And the day came. I mean, like I said, in high school, I only played in 2 football games. And then I ended up going to a junior college. But the courage that courage that I had, that I left from high school not playing and I took it to junior college, is what developed me to become an All-American at my junior college. So it was a time, like I always say, courage is something, let's say, also, when no one else is watching and you know you stepping out and working hard, doing the extra things, that whatever task that you're trying to complete, then that's what true courage is all about.
Okay. And I think we sort of touched on this a little bit. Do you think there's a difference between being brave and having courage? Did we talk about that one?
Yes.
Okay. Let me grab my cheat sheet again. See, kids, I have to cheat too. Oh, so what does courage mean to you? I guess you kind of already talked about that. If there's one more little thing you can say to kids about why do you think it's important for a leader to try to have courage? And how can they have courage at their age? What are some, like, one small thing they could do every day that shows courage, given, where they're growing up, et cetera, et cetera?
But that goes back to your whole vision of this, and that is the true value, like we're speaking about, and that is the courage that we're speaking about, the courage that let's say a leader is going to develop courage, and no matter what, if he or she is that wants to be a true leader, they're going to develop courage, because there are certain things that come with that territory. And let's say, for instance, and that is, you may be in an atmosphere with a lot of people around you, your peers, that don't want the same thing that you want in life. And what you got to do, as in being a leader, you have to separate yourself from that. And while you separate yourself from that, trust me, that's when the courage begins. Because now you are, like you said, you don't want to be part of the negative thing at that moment. You want to separate yourself, so you're fully aware of the outcome. But now you got to complete the task. And completing the task meaning you have to be that leader and show leadership. So at you guys' age, and when I say guys, I'm talking about the ladies too, you have to remember that a true leader is someone that develop courage, and no matter whether someone is watching or not, that you're going to put your best foot forward, because you are tired of being just like everybody else. And when you separate yourself, trust me, it's not something that's going to just be easy. Other things come with that. But you got to remember why you're doing it. And you're doing it because you want to be a great leader. And you want to show other people that you can lead them. Because some people need a great leader in order for them to follow until they can become a leader. Okay. And that's what courage is all about. Now,
speaking of courage, could you show us your shirt, the front and the back?
Oh yes, I have.
You might have to stand up.
I have the appropriate shirt on today. And okay, Michelle, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. This is Ray Lewis, and Ray Lewis is looking in the eyes of a lion. Mm-hmm. And everybody know from, I can take you all the way back to Mustafa, if that's the name of this chef, Lion King.
Yeah, I think.
So we're speaking about courage. Also, we talking about there's not another animal in the wilderness that has the courage of a lion. And Ray being a close friend of mine, he always speaks about having the courage of a lion, because once you develop that, then you can conquer anything that you want in life. Because living in that jungle, in that wilderness every day, is just like anything else, and that is being being in Baltimore and knowing all the negative things that's happening, drugs, killing, and all these things. But still, you have to have the courage that you want to not become a part of that, but do like Ray doing it. That is focus on being successful and helping people through leadership.
So can you show me the back of that shirt? Because this goes with the part where not only do you have to be brave, but
in order.
Let's see.
What does it say, Miss Chef?
You're so tall. Hold on. I got to get up here on the chair. Back up a little bit, sir. Okay. It says, in every brave man's heart rests a lion.
And that is so true.
In every brave man's heart rests a lion.
That is so true. But in order to, but it go back to the brave. And it goes back to what we're talking about with brave and courage, like I said. And that is, they come together, but then the courage oversees it and it takes over and develop the leadership. So I want to leave with this, and that is, if you don't do anything else, and that is, always put your best foot forward and wanting to be a true leader. And a true leader is someone that have courage all the time, and that's even when someone is watching or someone is not watching. So thank you for your time today, and I'll be there in school to see you soon.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you about some of the other leadership values too. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.